Right, hello people, this is some information if you've got a DeAgostini Spitfire built from 60 issues of a magazine, and it tells you everything you want to know, how to put it together, but there is a few problems with the build. This was put together and flown exactly how it was supposed to be, and quite honestly it's not very good. So you need to do a few things to make it a really good flyer. And the first thing is, inside these control rods do your rudder and elevator. You're going to need to beef them up. Now I beefed them up with 3 welding rods. These are little steel rods, and they just strengthen all of this push rod, and the same for the elevator and rudder. All the rest is okay, that's not a problem. You need to beef up these push rods. Also, on your build, you probably need to move your engine forward about 10 millimeters so that it clears the prop at the front of the canopy, so you've got enough clearance to put it all on without it rubbing. You're going to need to cut some of this away as well. I have to take my jet out to put the canopy on, but it's a nice snug fit now, but that's probably going to have to be moved forward about 10 millimeters. Now the main thing on the flying, the test flight, was it was really spongy to fly, especially on the ailerons. It was really slow to react and not good at all. So I brought it down, and it's going to have ailerons put into the wings, servos put into the wings for the ailerons. Now this is what I've done. They have to go in here. You need to cut a bit out, fix a servo into a bit of wood, nicely fit it in so that your servo is directly on the aileron. That will make it sure, and it will be a nice flyer. The reason for this push rod, the torque rod that goes through it to move these, is so long it twists. Now I can explain this with a bit of conduit. This is a bit of conduit, and as you move the conduit with your servo, the wing, the speed of air on the aileron keeps it down. It has to fight against it. So the torque shaft actually twists like that, but nothing happens. The wing can push it back down. That's why it's so spongy, because of this action of the torque shaft. It's just not beefy enough. So that's why you've got to put servos directly on the ailerons. So you need to do something like this. You need to cut out a piece of the wing, make a bracket for the servo, so it's now directly onto the aileron. Then obviously you need to, it depends on what receiver you've got, but a wide connection into your receiver, and just set up your rates for your aileron. I haven't tested this yet, but I'm going to test it as soon as I can. The only other thing that you might have to do is the wheels that come with it. They're nice. They're very nice looking wheels. They're kind of scowl looking wheels, but they're no good. The tyres on them is pretty crap to roll along and land. So get yourself a set of 3.5 inch wheels like this. They're spongy and they're sure and they're good. When it turns on the ground, it doesn't try pulling them off. So replace your wheels, strengthen up the push rods for your elevator and rudder, and get servos into the wing so they're directly onto the ailerons. Then it will fly nice. And another thing, the Leo engine is brilliant. It's a really good engine. I've ran that in, it's had one flight and it was great. So that Leo 40 is a good engine for this plane. So that's just a bit of help if you've got a DeAgostini. I personally wouldn't try flying it under the instructions. It's just not good enough. Yeah, you're probably going to smash it up using these ailerons. The ailerons is the biggest problem. So there's only a few little things to do, and it will be a great flyer.